Hi, I'm Stefan. So I want to thank you all for your questions, and we got engaged in answers, and there were some real interesting scenarios there as far as the 7 steps and 4 touches, and I did expect some of you to take that quite literally. Some of you suggested, is it okay to have 11 steps and 6 touches? Of course it is. The essence of that message and that framework is more about make sure that there's a healthy balance between being human, making sure you're reaching out and being personable, being relational. Show people that you care. Show people that you're going to do whatever it takes and be committed to keep on being a better standard of a customer servant, a customer-centric organisation. Not only for you, the business owner, the business leader, but it must flow all the way through your business, from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. Ultimately, some of you also asked, can you share a little bit more about your books? Now, I'll share a little bit. Today's not about sharing about the books, but the first book I wrote was From Deadwood to Diamonds, and this was basically really summarising a lot of the key concepts that I learnt in my first 10 years in business, in the family business, and ultimately, it took me 3 years to write this book. In 2014, I published it. It was a great and continues to be a great book, and awesome feedback on that. And most recently, I wrote How to Grow a Business to Diamond Level. So this is the second book of a 3-book series that's, again, leadership, strategy, productivity, making sure that you're tactical, making sure you understand how you're to be more effective, more efficient is the second book. And this was released in April 2017. So for those of you that asked, they needed a bit more information around that, I appreciate that. If you haven't seen our first video and our first part of this series, please click here and make sure you go back before you see any more of what I'm just about to share. What we will be sharing in this particular session is the critical 5 steps to building clients for life. The biggest prize in business definitely is building an awesome team, but an awesome team that's not delivering to clients for life is a little bit of a misnomer in business. So we're going to channel in and put our energy into what are the 5 critical steps to building clients for life. So I'm just about to share that. But if you haven't seen the previous video, now would be a really good time to just click here. So the 5 critical steps to building clients for life. First things first, and it goes back, it dovetails back to building relationships. But you've got to be clear as to who do you wish to be building a relationship with. As business owners, business leaders, builders that are suggesting this is the way we're going, it is so important to have a process. One of the critical steps is, what is your qualification? What is your qualification criteria? Who is it that you wish to be serving your product or service to? How is it that you wish to be serving it? Are they or are they not within a certain profile, a certain geography, a certain gender, a certain age, for argument's sake? You need to be really clear as to the qualification aspect as to who you wish to be building a relationship which will last for life. And this is your clients. The answers to that question, or the questions and the answers, also determine the type of team and systems that you need to be building so that you can deliver and ultimately just, and I mean just, over-deliver on your promise. So qualification is a critical component, a critical step in understanding that you're going to be building clients for life. Just think about this in the space of marriage and personal relationships. No different here. If you want to be married for life, you better be getting better at the qualification as to who is that boy or man you wish to marry. Or girls and ladies, if you're from the other angle. So qualification is so important, as is education. Once your prospects, once your future customers have been qualified, it is your responsibility in a processed sort of way, within the 7 steps and 4 touches framework, for you to be educating and providing information as to how it is that you will go on a journey to deliver product, service, outcomes, experience. It is so important that they are buying before they actually buy. They are getting an essence of what it is to be a customer of yours before they are actually a customer. Does that make sense? So the whole step and process called education is having something that is followed and duplicable, repeatable across your team, across your business in terms of education as to what it will be like to do business with you. At that stage, the next and most important step is known as conversion. You've got to be okay to ask for the sale. You've got to be okay to just ask the question because they are qualified, they are ideal, they are educated, and they have enough information, which means they have trust in you that you could be the genuine option. You've got to have the courage to ask for the sale. That is almost the final, if not the second last step in your sales process. So if you have qualified your ideal customer and you are educating through a systemized and processed, however human sort of way as to how you will be doing business when they do become a customer, and you are asking for the sale and they become a customer, our next and most important and critical step is focusing on them becoming clients for life. Now that's 4 key steps there. I'm going to take you to this flip chart here to share with you what is the 5th step to ensure, because this is the prize. This is the promise. What are the critical fundamentals when it comes to clients for life? Number 1, communication. 2 ways. 1 to them, and second, them to you. So it's a 2-way feedback system. Number 2, continuous training of team. In business, if you're going to have clients for life, innovation and continual improvement is a non-negotiable. If you're committed to continuous feedback, not just, I guess, the surveys that are automated where there's no human element, at some point a human needs to turn up to receive the feedback as it is, to provide the feedback, provide the review, consider upgrades or next level of product service delivery. Get the feedback as to what it is that the market may be needing better or greater, or the next version of you. At that stage, product service evolution backed by people becoming better in terms of delivering that service is where training comes in. So many organizations invest so much money in training and it's all wasted because there's no relevance as to what are we training for. It's an internal mindset versus it's feedback that's being provided from the external. So if you're going to continue to build clients for life, which is a journey, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, depending on your business, this is where the money is. It's clients for life. So just reconfirming the 5 critical steps to building clients for life. Number 1, by far and very important, is qualification. If you get that one wrong, it's generally going to hurt down the track at some point. Number 2 is continuous education, care factor. Number 3, conversion. You've got to ask for the sale. If that doesn't happen, you'll never have a client for life. And number 4 is clients for life. The 5th is broken down into 2 components because it's evolutionary and continuously in the business, is feedback and training. Those 2 are the 5th element of building clients for life. Remember, for life. It's ongoing. So very, very important that it's not oh, we've done it, we're done. No. It's consistently on a weekly basis, 10 clients at a time, 1 client at a time, 100 clients at a time. What is working, what is not working, and what are we doing about it? If you figure out a trend of something working, you want to make sure that you're going back and duplicating that. That's where the money is. If you're figuring out something that's not working as a trend, you want to go back and correct that before you go and execute again. It's fairly simple and it's in the moment. So the way we invest our money, the way we invest our time, the way we start thinking about the important decisions versus the not so important decisions, this is where the important decisions are, keeping clients for life. Ultimately, building a team, making sure that we have the structure in place for people to be promotable. or deselected, of course. You know, people bringing their hearts and minds, having an above the line, whatever it takes, taking ownership, being accountable, being responsible, ultimately showing the clients, showing the internal, the respect, the culture of an internal structure, ensuring that we're all on the same page, moving in the same direction is critical to our success. I shared this in my last session. I'm yet to meet a bad business. It's business owners that are exhausted. They are tired. They just don't know what to do next other than just, make the rent roll, make the payroll and go home and just kick the cat. I'm yet to meet a bad business. I'm meeting business owners who are somehow at a crossroad. They're not broken. They just need some confidence. They need some clarity. They need some commitment. They need to know that they're actually going okay versus not okay. We need a structure. We need a plan. We need some simplicity, some framework. We need to progress what is an opportunity to the next level. Forget about goals and outcomes. Think about standards. Wherever we are right now is a standard we have settled for. Whatever we need to do in the next 7, 13, 14, 30, 100, 252 days is nothing more, nothing less than what are we setting the standard for. If we have that conversation and we start from that platform, wherever you are right now, whether you're a $200,000 business, whether you're an idea about to happen, or you're a $1 million, $2 million, or $5 million business, that's just a reference point. But having worked with businesses and multiple businesses across multiple industries, the moment you make a decision that just makes sense, and there is a framework of how we're going to get there, not just the what is the destination. In other words, you are becoming more tactical versus strategic, which is an overused word. You now start moving your business from $250,000 to $320,000. You start moving your $300,000 business towards $1 million. They're just reference points. The key to all that is the frameworks, the systems, great frameworks, great systems that are communicated daily, for which good people who become great people follow and are accountable to. So the transparency of what we're going for and how we're going to get there by people that are committed to doing their best. Nothing else matters. So transparency and accountability equals progression. And the most important progression is lifting the standard. And when you lift the standard, you will be building a tribe of clients that so love doing business with you. So much so that they keep on coming back, which is repeat, and they bring their best friends to you. They're called referrals in any part of the world, in any industry or business in the world. The only model that is critical to our long-term success is building a business that has repeat and referral. Now, that's only going to happen if you keep on raising the bar and ultimately lifting the reputation that defines who you are and what you stand for. Not only by you being at the front and center and being at the leadership level, but those that follow who will be your future leaders. Giving people a chance to be promotable. In other words, not by title, but by being better today than they were yesterday. That's what I'm referencing when I say promotable. Titles are gone. They're thinking of the past days. Titles are no longer relevant. What is relevant is contribution and value contribution. What is relevant is what are we doing together as a team to keep on moving things forward, upwards and forward. That's the most important thing. The 5 critical steps to building clients for life. Building a team that's going to be united, aligned, and so committed to moving it forward and ultimately upwards. 5 critical steps to building clients for life. So I guess if you're sitting back there and you're thinking, you're watching this video, you're at this pinnacle moment where you're thinking, holy moly, I didn't realize it could be that easy. Or maybe you're thinking, nah, you got no idea. You have no idea about my business. Now let me just share something with you. I don't need to know about your business. I do know about business. And the fundamentals of business is deciding who it is that we wish to do business with. Who is it that we need to attract? First decision that needs to be made. Second decision is how are we going to make it easy for them to buy? No one needs to sell ever again. The moment you do those two things, which I just shared in this video, all that's left is making sure you're building a team that's going to deliver on time and on budget and a little bit more than what you promised. That's all, a little bit more. You're building depth and width into your menu board, your product and service offering. And you've got to make sure that there's an invoice going out every other day and payment received every other day, for which you need to have the optics, the visibility, the transparency on your business scoreboards. What are the important things that are being measured in your business? So there is no such thing as I have no idea about your business. I do. And I've sat where you're sitting and I'm thinking exactly what you just thought. You have no idea about my business. My business is different. And granted, it is different because it's led by you. And all I'm reaching out to suggest and give you a shoulder to lean on is, what if it looked different? What would that look like? The moment you ask that question, you have just gone into something that's not what you just thought of your business. What if I moved and took one step forward versus being stuck in perhaps procrastination? You've made so many bad decisions, many that you thought would work and so many didn't. What if you were stuck in a place called inertia? There are so many business owners that have sat in that seat, including me. And I'm here to share with you. I'm not here to judge. I am here to just give you some oxygen to get us moving forward. I'm also here to say that when you think about it, where can you find $5 an hour right now so that we can go on a journey that takes you to a place you never ever imagined? However, when you get there, the transformation that takes place, it's not foreign. It's exactly what you planned. Don't stall. Don't sit back and wait. Don't feel that business and business opportunity are for others. This is for you. And I'm reaching out to you. As many reached out to me and I said, okay, I'm cool. You do your bit, I'll do my bit. Let's go on a dance. I'm asking you to think about your business and the 5 critical steps to build clients for life, delivered by a team that are committed to feedback that's good, bad, and ugly. And we don't take that personally. We reward every one of those persons that gave us the feedback, because that's shaping us for the future. So how do we build clients for life, but most importantly, a team that remains loyal and committed to such a point where we're going to say, step aside and let us move forward with the business. It's all good. I'm reaching out to you to give you, again, just that little bit of grip on what it is that we could do, you could lead. I know you can. Remember that first day when you had anticipation in your business. You didn't have all the questions. You didn't even have all the answers. But here we are. We're right here at this amazing crossroad. It's a glass half full. Always is. Let's move it forward. If you have any questions that need to be asked, please send your questions. Our team are waiting. I'm waiting. 5 critical steps to building clients for life, but building a team that is so committed to standard and the next level of it continuously. I'm Stefan Kazakis. I look forward to sharing more in our next session. I'm really glad you're with us. Thank you.